Welcome, comic book fans, to an After Xmas special edition of Comic Book Pickups. Oh yeah! Got all the comic books right over there. I'm gonna pick them up and talk about them. You'll be like, that one looks kinda good, but that one doesn't, and I don't even know why the fuck he read it. Maybe. I have absolutely no clue. But I'm going to start off with something that isn't actually a comic book, two figures. Very happy to go and pick these up. Now, you may have seen this because they sell these kind of figures all over the fucking place in all sorts of stores. So this is from the Pop Heroes line. It's Batman and Joker. Oh boy! I like the Joker because his eyes, he has like the crazy eyes going on right now. That makes me really, really fucking happy. These things are sickeningly adorable. If you look on the back, it's, you know, it'll show Series 1, and then Series 2 down there, which doesn't have nearly as many characters, but still. So, Series 1 has Batman and Joker, which, here goes Batman right here. Look at the adorable little Dark Knight. Oh, that's so fucking cute. You look like a Fisher-Price toy. But it is super insanely cute and cuddly looking, except for it's not a plushie, so you don't want to hug it, because it'll end up jabbing you right in the fucking eye. So, yeah, I ended up getting these, and I love figures in general, so I was pretty damn happy to go and get these. So, yay! Holiday Christmas stuff and all the other good shit. Yeah, they're really fucking adorable. Seriously, it's crazy. The Joker, who's a homicidal maniac and runs around killing people. As a matter of fact, in the current story arc, his face is peeled off and then he has it, like, he's wearing it like a mask. He's wearing his own face as a mask. And then you see him like this. It's like, oh, look at that. And then Batman, who's like always brooding and angry and scary and shit. And then it's like, oh, I wouldn't give you a big hug. And if you did, he'd probably just fucking break you in half. Like Bane or some shit. Break you! Oh, let's see. What else do we have? Ah, yes. Batman Arkham City. Okay. Are you familiar with Batman the Animated Series? Well, one of the main writers on there and one of the creators of the character Harley Quinn wrote this. So that should give you reason enough to want to go and pick it up. And if not, did you like the story in Arkham City? Well, this right here is pretty much like everything that happened before Arkham City, and it links the Arkham Asylum and Arkham City storylines together. So this is a really good read. I was pretty damn happy with it. I had gotten the single issues, but as many of you know, I'm a stickler for wanting to have my graphic novels and everything. And I like the fact that they had a consistent artist and somebody to color the entire series. I don't like inconsistent art in any series. It just bothers living shit out of me. But it's done very, very well. Some of the characters are like overly bulky looking to a certain degree, but then again, they kind of were in the game, so I guess that would work really, really well. So, let's see. Got Batman going and kicking some ass right there. So, yes, it's a... Like, as all of you know, I am a big Batman fan, but I liked Arkham City a whole lot, and I liked the storyline of it. I also liked the storyline of Arkham Asylum. So, I wanted to go and pick this up. It was definite. And it's a hardcover edition. That made me 10 times more happy. What do we got next on the agenda? Oh, I guess. Nightwing! I've been reading all the Nightwing comics with the exception of like the past two I haven't got my hands on, unfortunately. But I will soon, because it's part of the Death of the Family story arc. But this is the Nightwing series that restarted in the new DC 52, as you can tell, because it says right there, the new 52! And it's every bit as good as the original Nightwing run, except for it's much more serious in tone. I always thought that the original Nightwing story arc was kind of lighthearted in a lot of tones, but this, it isn't, not nearly as much. But, you know, Dick Grayson, or Richard, whatever you want to go and call him, he's still every bit of a horror that he used to be. And the cool thing about this storyline is it brings up a lot of stuff from his past and brings it forth into the present. And, you know, you can see how a lot of things in his past life are affecting him nowadays. This also ties in a lot with some of the Batman storylines. So if you've been reading the Batman storylines of, you know, the DC Comics and everything, then you would actually get what's going on here. So, yeah, Nightwing, obviously a good pickup. They didn't make a hardcover edition of that, though, and that made me kind of sad. Oh, so sad's face. Now, if you had seen some of my earlier pickup videos, you'll know that I was a very big fan of the Justice League reboot, and it's just damn good. This is pretty much take Justice League whenever they first formed, and there you go. That's what this is all about, except for get rid of Martian Manhunter and replace him with Cyborg. It's so good. To begin with, Jim Lee draws this. That alone got my attention because Jim Lee is a bad motherfucker, and if you don't know him, well, I mean, he did Batman, he did X-Men, and he's like one of the main honchos at DC Comics now. So, there you go. But the storyline in this is very, very good. My only complaint whatsoever is the fact that whenever they introduce Wonder Woman and Aquaman, it seems like they don't get that many lines of dialogue. Like, the two chatterboxes of this entire thing are the Flash and Green Lantern, which is absolutely fine with me because I love both of those characters. Unless Ryan Reynolds somehow is involved, then I don't love them nearly as much. As a matter of fact, it makes me hostile and very violent. Also, if you ever say stuff like, oh, Superman, he's a fucking punk bitch and shit like that, Superman's pretty fucking badass. When Green Lantern and Batman can't stop you, you know that you're pretty fucking badass. And also, they had to bring in the Flash. So you have 3 characters of the Justice League going at it. And that's one of the cool things about it is, none of them really know each other all that well. They don't trust each other, yet they have to kind of work together for the greater good of everybody else. Or the plan's gonna fucking die, because Darkseid shows up. And Darkseid is a bad motherfucker. He'll seriously just kill you with I-beams. I-beams. What do you do against I-beams? Not much of shit, to be honest. Let's see. So we got Wonder Woman there. I'll show you Wonder Woman. I prefer her new costume a whole lot to the old one, just because I'm a person who likes silver over gold. So, but it's pretty funny because she discovers ice cream. Because, you know, she came from somewhere completely separate from all of civilization and everything. But yeah, it's very, very fucking cool. You get to see how Cyborg becomes Cyborg, which they showed up right there. And it's extremely good. A lot of really good action, a lot of drama, a lot of arguments, witty fucking banter between the characters. It's just awesome. It's one of the main reasons why I was into the new DC 52 line. This was one of the best things that they offered, with the exception of Action Comics was really good. The Wonder Woman comics are surprisingly good. The Batman comics, naturally. Animal Man is really good. If you ever get a chance, read that. Swamp Thing, very, very, very good. So, yeah, but this is definitely worth checking out and just reading in general. Now, this was something, I'd read reviews for it, and I wanted to pick it up, like, in the worst way, because, well, I'm a big fan of Batman Year One. Batman Year One, if you got to see the animated version of it, or if you actually got to read it, is one of the best Batman storylines ever, because it's all about basically like the first year of Batman being Batman. And you get to see him fucking up. You get to see him questioning himself. You get to see him basically being a noob. And that's really about it. Well, Batman Earth 1 is kind of like a retelling of it, just like a different universe in a way. It shows you where Alfred comes from. Alfred's a bad motherfucker in this, by the way. It's not the Alfred that you're used to either. It's not the gentleman's gentleman butler type. This is Alfred who went to fucking war and takes no shit from anybody and helps train Batman. You know, Alfred training Batman. That's fucking awesome. But it's such a fantastic story. They introduce Oswald Cobblepot, which is the Penguin, and they also introduced Riddler. And it's just, check it out, seriously. If you like Batman Year One, this is going to be very good to you. I loved it. I really did. I liked it a whole lot. It's an extremely good story. Now, whenever I had showed off my game room tour and also my comic book and manga collection and everything, people would ask me, you know, you're a Batman fanatic. How do you not have the Batman Nightfall series? I don't know. But now I do. And these are some big fucking books. Look at that. That's basically a phone book. I have a fucking phone book worth of Batman story here. It's just, it absolutely incredible. The thing is, with Nightfall, I already know the entire storyline because I've read so much of Batman stuff. You know, I know all about it. And this is a very, very important storyline for basically the Batman universe in general. If you watched Dark Knight Rises, that dabbled in it ever so slightly. But, you know, Batman gets put through the ringer by Bane. And Bane breaks Batman's back, and then you know, you now have Gotham City without Batman, and Batman has to find a way to go and fill that void, and a bunch of shit starts happening because he gets somebody to replace him and whatnot, and, you know, Batman, he's crippled. Batman, of all fucking people, thinks that he can't get the job done and starts questioning himself, doubting himself. There's a lot of emotions going through, a lot of really good action, but it's a fantastic storyline. If you're trying to read up on Batman, these are worth picking up. I mean, considering how much storyline that you get out of these, okay, these, they say $30. I know for a fact that you can find these brand new on Amazon for like way fucking cheaper, and buy them brand new because it's definitely worth it. But $30 for this much story, if that's what you're paying like in a comic book store, that's not that bad still, because I mean that's fucking ginormous. That's a lot. But yeah, it's just a storyline I really want to get. Bane is just a fucking monster of a character, and you know he's technically like a good guy now, but yeah, in that, no, Bane is a fucking freak of nature. So also with the new DC 52, Batman Robin. There's lots of Batman love going on, but that's like the easiest thing they can go buy me for Christmas. And that's what I wanted, was a lot of the new DC 52 stuff in graphic novel form. So I had to go and have that. But the Batman and Robin storyline was very cool because this isn't Dick Grayson and Damian anymore. This is Bruce Wayne and his son, Damian. And it's kind of interesting to think about, because one of the reasons why Robin seemed like an essential ingredient within the Batman storylines was Robin was like bright and happy and colorful and loud and, you know, acrobatic, and was in a lot of ways just the polar opposite of Batman. And it kept him from like going to the darkest depths of everything within his own mind. Well, Damian pretty much is the opposite. You figure from the age of 3, Damian was raised by Talia al Ghul in the fucking League of Assassins. And he's a murderer. He killed people. He's just a little fucking kid, but he was killing people on an expert level. When you're trained by a League of Assassins, you're the son of Batman, you have to be one of the baddest little fucking dudes walking Earth. And he is, in a lot of ways. Do you want to punch him in his fucking mouth for being a little shithead? Yes, you do. But Damian's a bad motherfucker, there's no denying that. And he's definitely like one of the coolest Robins that they ever had. But you get to see them do a lot of back and forth. Basically, Batman's just trying to always put him in his place and push him in the right direction. That's what he wants most, is to see his son grow up to not become a fucking psychotic monster that he's eventually going to have to lock away in Arkham Asylum. So you get to see them running around together, and Damian always straddles the line of good and evil, and there's always a lot of questioning of his motives and whatnot, but it's a very, very good story. Very different from the Batman and Robin story arc that they had going on before the new DC 52 launch, because it was Nightwing who then had to go and take up the mantle of the Bat and become Batman, and it was Damian who was taking Tim Drake's place as Robin. So many fucking Robins. So it's very good stuff. I know that there's tons of DC stuff here, and people might be like, where's all the Marvel stuff? But I end up buying lots of my Marvel stuff like a while ago, so this is what I got for Christmas. So that is my holiday pickups. This is Alpha Omega Sin. Nerds, nerdettes, and comic book readers. Read comics or die! Seriously, that's what you have to do, or I'll fucking kill you.